Hi, let me start off by welcoming you to another edition of Webby University, supported and sponsored by our partners at Vitamin T. My name is David Michelle Davies, and I'm the Executive Director of the Webby Awards. At the Webbies, one of the things we're interested in is how people in the real world are actually using all the technology that's available today. So we want to talk a little bit about a new trend we've noticed, the use of technology and specifically web and mobile-based tools to promote and encourage a healthy lifestyle. Here's a quick preview of our talk. I'll start off with a bit about the Webbies, just a minute or two, and then we'll jump right into the theory and practices of what we're calling digital health. So a bit about the Webbies. It's in its 16th year. The Webby Awards honors outstanding achievement on the internet, and it's judged by the International Academy of Digital Arts and Sciences. The Academy is a 1,000-person member organization with people in more than 30 countries, and because the internet is so diverse, making up work from filmmakers and developers, writers, marketers, engineers, designers, and so many other types of disciplines, we've taken a very broad approach to the type of experts recruited to be Academy members. So while you'll find that the inventors of the mobile phone, TCP/IP, and the hypertext are all members of IATIS, so is David Bowie and Arianna Huffington and Lisa Kudrow. And we think each has an important perspective on how the internet and music or politics or entertainment come together. This Academy honors a broad array of internet work, whether it be websites, where the Webby started nearly 16 years ago, or mobile and apps, which we started honoring in 2005. The Academy's mission is to honor the very best of all of the internet. Okay, so let's start talking about health. One of the best parts of working with an academy that sifts through nearly 10,000 entries each year is we have a very unique view into the current culture and impact of technology. How is it affecting real people and their behavior? One thing we've been particularly interested in is how people are increasingly turning towards technology to help them manage their diet and fitness habits and become more aware of their health in general. We're really interested in how these sites and applications are doing three things: transforming the health economy, shaping the way we manage our fitness, and adding to the pool of data that drives medical understanding. We're also interested in looking at how brands are using this trend as another way to connect with their customers. So what is the cause of this new trend? Well, nationwide, health in the US is not at its best, as you might have noticed. Perhaps it's due to some more of the insane things we eat. Statistics report that 68% of adults are overweight and obese. 7 out of 10 deaths among Americans each year are from chronic diseases, which are largely preventable. And heart disease, cancer, and stroke alone account for more than 50% of deaths each year. By 2020, 52% of Americans will have diabetes or pre-diabetes. So not surprisingly, with all these scary trends and statistics, there's a huge focus on health right now nationwide. How can we be more healthy individually and also as at the national and global scale? So technology, specifically mobile technology, is starting to play a big role in answering that question. Apple's App Store currently offers 9,000 mobile health apps, including nearly 1,500 cardio fitness apps, 1,300 diet apps, 1,000 stress and relaxation apps, and 650 women's health apps. By this summer, the number is expected to reach 13,000, so it's really significant. Research company Technavio predicts that the global mobile health application market will reach 4.1 billion in just 2 years by 2014, and that's up from 1.7 billion just 2 years ago. These sites and apps are encouraging us to get fitter, eat healthier, manage our health better, and are also enabling us to gain insights on the national and global health as the data from many of the sites and apps is aggregated from around the world. This trend can be broken down into 3 different categories. First, it's encouraging healthy behaviors through diet and fitness. The second is actually diagnosing health problems. And the third, how some brands that are in the health and fitness space are recognizing this trend and bringing their customers some really robust tools as ways to engage with them. To start, we have some applications which monitor and encourage people to manage and improve health that we want to share with you. There are literally hundreds of calorie counter and weight measurement apps out there. We decided to focus on the ones that encourage people to be healthy by analyzing their behavior and making a change to their lifestyle. So I'm sure you've noticed the series of devices that have appeared on the market over the last year or so to track our fitness activity. They're all pretty similar. We've decided to focus on a few of our favorites. First one here, the Fitbit, makes every step a step towards better fitness, even on your busiest days. Its super sensitive 3D motion sensor tracks your day down to details a pedometer can't catch, showing your exact steps taken, calories burned, distance traveled, and the altimeter tracks even floors climbed, encouraging you to take the stairs. With all this information, you get a really good sense on a daily basis of how active you actually are. The next one, released in 2011 of November, is Jawbones Up. It's a wristband personal tracking device that tracks a user's movement, eating, and sleeping patterns. The device syncs with an iPhone app, and users can set the device to vibrate when they've been inactive for a period. You can also compete against friends and even earn real-life rewards for completing challenges. Now, the Jawbone was actually recalled for some issues plugging in and syncing up with your iPhone, but we expect it to be out again soon. And then the last one, just released, is the Nike Plus Fuel Band. It's really the next stage of the evolution of the Nike Plus running device. It measures your everyday activity and turns it into Nike Fuel, as they call it. It tracks things like calories burned, steps taken, and more, and incentivizes you to earn more fuel and be more fit. It's also a great watch, actually. So as I mentioned earlier, there are thousands of apps to help you count calories, but the Eatery is a little different and, we think, more interesting. By using the Eatery, you can learn things about your silent habits, as they call them, things that you might not know, like that when you grab that afternoon coffee, 20% of the time you also have a cookie. The idea is that sometimes it's not where you eat, but when. For example, you might eat less healthy food when you eat lunch after 2. Once the Eatery shows you the trends, they are easier to change. The Eatery also helps you take advantage of your network. You can take a photo of your food and rate its healthiness, but while you're eating, people like you can give you a second, third, or fourth opinion of your food. For some people, that might be a little bit much. I think for others, it might be a lot of fun. So there are also a growing number of hardware add-ons that help turn your mobile device into a piece of medical equipment, giving you information that you might normally not be able to find out without going to the doctor. One example of this is the Withing blood pressure monitor. It plugs into an iPad, an iPhone, or an iPod Touch and takes the user's blood pressure. Data can be sent directly to a doctor or published, confidentially of course, on the web. The monitor wraps around your arm and plugs into your iOS device. At the end of the measurement, the full results are saved on your iOS device, so you don't have to worry about manually updating your health overview from day to day. Next, we found a few websites and apps that are helping to diagnose health problems and aggregating important data that can help track the development of diseases around the world. SkinScan is the first one. It's a pocket scan technology for skin cancer prevention. The app takes a picture of a mole on the skin, then uses a proprietary algorithm to look at the fractal-like shapes which exist in the human skin. Have a look up close. You can see little triangles in normal skin, really. The algorithm can detect whether the mole is developing normally or abnormally. Either SkinScan is going to get people to see a doctor earlier, thus potentially saving lives, or it's going to make us all hypochondriacs. I'm not sure which. But suffice to say that it appears to be one pretty clever app. I'll also add that they may be using this to generate leads for skincare professionals, but that's the internet. Because it also asks for your location, SkinScan produces a live map of how our moles are looking around the globe. For doctors, this type of information can be very useful when studying the prevalence of skin cancer. Another great example of this type of a trend is LifeLens. Similar to the hardware add-ons we discussed earlier, LifeLens introduces an innovation point-of-care smartphone application. It addresses child mortality rates caused by the lack of detection and availability of treatment for malaria. The solution has immense potential to reduce the cost of diagnosis and increase the treatment for children around the world. So malaria has a mortality rate of 15 to 20%, if you can believe that. Over 1 million deaths per year. 1 million deaths in the world are caused by malaria. 85% of these fatalities occur within children who are under 5 years. LifeLens is a combination of hardware and software. So there's a lens that goes on the back of the phone that works with the application to analyze the blood to detect infected cells. Like the SkinScan cancer app, it is also helpful in mapping areas where malaria is prevalent. As you can see, some of these apps go beyond personal desire to lose weight and get fit. They can serve bigger purposes and actually help save lives all over the globe. Finally, we want to talk about some brands that have recognized this trend and are reaching out to consumers in the digital health space. Nike is a really great example. As a brand that already promotes health and fitness, they recognize the potential of the web to help reach their customers. Recently, Nike is engaging its fans in building a motivational community via an online and in-store campaign. The Make It Count campaign urges the public to share personal pledges on Twitter with the hashtag #MakeItCount. The campaign, created by Wieden & Kennedy London and AKQA, stars a number of UK's top athletes making personal pledges for 2012. Athletes such as Mo Farah and Paul Radcliffe have contributed their personal motivations, and the pledges have been printed across posters of the training athletes to be displayed in stores. The shoemaker Merrell is another fitness brand that is using the web to reach its customers. Merrell is known for creating quality shoes that change the way people exercise, run, hike, and play. When they launched their new minimalist line called Barefoot, They wanted to be sure that people who bought the shoe would understand how they work and how to get the best out of them. So they decided to create an app called Go Barefoot to show their customers how to best wear the shoes. The app takes users through a step-by-step training program and tracks their progress, and it features more than 40 days of workouts, exercises, and challenges. It's a really smart way for Merrill to bring together the trend of digital health with a product to create a great experience for their customers. It's not just health and fitness brands that are participating in this trend. GE has a great project called Healthy Imagination that focuses on promoting better health. They have a number of different projects, and you can see a few examples here, dedicated to everything from global health to breast cancer detection to innovations in healthcare technology. GE has also done a lot of really interesting things with data and data visualizations. Here you can see they've mapped out various health conditions that a person might suffer from. By clicking on it, you can see the conditions category, how prevalent it is among your gender, and what other conditions it may be related to, so you can get a sense of your risk factor. GE has also partnered with WebMD, a more traditional and trusted name in the world of web healthcare, to create the Better Health Evaluator, which helps patients get the most out of their doctor's visits by reviewing concerns and coming up with questions ahead of time so you're prepared and know what you should be talking about when you visit your doc. So just to recap, we all know that health is a growing concern for everyone, on an individual level as well from a global health perspective. Here at the Webby Awards, we like to look at how people are using technology to solve their problems, and we were very interested to see how this is true when it comes to health. We talked about how mobile technology is encouraging healthy behavior through diet and fitness, and in some cases actually diagnosing health problems. We also found that brands are beginning to recognize that the internet is a great way to address health concerns, and are finding ways to connect with their customers through this platform. So thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Webby University. We hope you enjoyed our focus on digital health. We also like to thank our sponsor, Vitamin T, for supporting the university and all of our editions.